Craig Adams here from weddingfilmschool.com, and today I'm going to be going over my wedding info packet. And this is a 5-page PDF that I made in Photoshop. I should have made it in InDesign, but I'm really used to Photoshop, so I did it in there. And I send this out to wedding couples, and it really just tells them a little bit about my business and really reflects my brand, because with all the material and all the branding that I put on my website, handout in PDFs, emails, business cards, I want all of that to reflect how I shoot and the business that I want to have. A lot of businesses and a lot of wedding companies will not give out all this information, especially the pricing, until they have a phone call, and that's something that I'd like to work towards. I should do, but I'm not doing it at this moment, so don't yell at me. So I send this is my response from the inquiry, and I'll give them a nice little introduction. Hi, thank you, congratulations, let's talk, here's my info packet. And then attached is this 5-page document. So once again, I wanted to reflect my business, my minimalism, my visual style, and it's very infographic, or not infographic, but very visual based. And yeah, so the second page, first page just being a title introduction. Second page really is just to explain my business, a little bit about how I started and how I maintain the style of shooting that I do, and really just to educate the couple, because matter of fact, these couples really have no idea what they're doing as far as wedding cinema goes. They've never really booked a team like us before, and some people really don't know the questions to ask, and they especially don't know the terminology and lingo that we're used to talking through day in, day out. So stuff like coverage, cinematographer, feature films, doc edits, every business in our industry is very different as far as the terminology and how they explain what they're going to deliver, how they're going to shoot, what each edit looks like. So it's important that you really spell out and make it simple for them to understand what you're talking about. So I do that first and foremost. They understand that, we'll move on. The second page is wedding package details. So I try to make this as simple as possible so that they understand it, but enough detail so that they shouldn't have too many questions about what each of these are. First, I put my base package, and I try to make this as small as possible so it's more attractive when you first glance at it. So at 3,000, I'm really selling exactly what I would like to shoot each wedding for, and that's 10 hours of coverage. Sounds fine. 2 filmmakers, that's what I need. I would like to have 3, but 2's fine. I'm done shooting solo. It's terrible. A 4-minute feature film, man, I have the entire wedding day. I chop it up, make it clean, and then cut it down to a 4-minute film. Oh, that's awesome. I can share that online. It's going to be engaging and great, And then in HD delivery in flash drive style. Very simple. And done. That's what I would love each wedding to be, and that's what my base package is. Of course, most of my wedding couples also buy the documentary edit, which is pretty much, a chronological account of the entire day with all the multiple camera, multiple audio source sessions, like the ceremony, speeches, all that intact in chronological order. So I explain it, it's not raw footage. There's definitely a lot of work that goes into making this, and so I can't call it raw footage. Doc edit is more appropriate. But yeah, it's really like an archive of their day. So it's not necessarily something that they're going to watch every day, but it's good for them to know that it's saved somewhere in their household. Then that's how I explain it to the couples to sell that. And of course, add a 3rd filmmaker, add more time, and then add more length to their feature film. So a lot of couples go for the 8-minute film edition. So, that's not that bad. I really don't mind editing an 8-minute film, but I'm not going to just automatically make that the base package if I can get, some extra money for that, because it does take a lot of time. Each minute of that feature film can be anywhere from 2 to 3 hours of editing. So a lot of work goes into those. And of course, I'm trying to sell same-day edits and love stories and hard drive backup raw footage delivery. Those are some nice additions, and why not add it? A la carte looks good. It's what wedding photographers have been doing for years, making extra money, so much money off of these little additions that wedding cinematographers have just been putting in their packages for free for all these years. You know, it's such a smarter way to do their packaging. And I was brought to attention about this from Ray Roman, a Crossing the 180 podcast, and again, in different situations, videos online, you know, forums, and of course InFocus. It's just a wonderful way to do your packaging, and I think you should check it out. So the next page really is just some helpful information just to kind of inspire and excite the wedding couple, explain little about what we're going to be doing the day of, what they can expect and how they can kind of help to make a better film. You know, they like this. It's kind of like just 8 little things that they can do to get a better wedding film. Like turning down music during preps, explaining that we have to use we can't use copywritten music, so we have to use wonderful services like the music bed in our films. So they can't have that Philip Phillips Home 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 song that I get probably asked to use every other wedding. Oh man, that's gotta stop. And then lastly, my last page is like kind of the what's next, expecting page. You know, I explain my contract, how I'm going to ask for a $500 retainer to reserve the day of their wedding, because I do get multiple inquiries about the same day, especially during the summer wedding season. So I need to reserve that day. Explaining how it's just like a 2-page document. I'll send it. That's the next step. We'll talk through it. It's simple. Don't worry about it. You don't need a lawyer to go through it. You know, the call sheet. This is important because I want to let them know that, you know, this is a production, a professional video production. I need to have all the information to shoot the day of and be prepared way before. I don't want to bother them, you know, the week before the wedding is like insane. They shouldn't have to worry about a wedding cinematography call sheet the week before. So I like to get that all out of the way with a questionnaire. You know, and it's important for my couples to be the kind of people who are going to want to share their film. That's who I look for when I'm talking to them on the phone. In the same way, I want them to review us online, review our services, good or bad, hopefully good. And yeah, just let us know if they love their film. Let everyone know. Because, you know, most of what we do is referral based, whether it's from the couple, you know, their family, or photographers. That's really the main 3, you know, the couple, the family, and the photographers that get most of my referrals and business from. I don't do much marketing online. And, you know, lastly, I thank them, you know. And I love this info packet. I get a lot of compliments on it, you know. It helps save a lot of questions, and it makes that 20-minute phone call after the email that I sent this in a lot better, you know. If I get a couple that's talking about the info packet and explaining how much they liked the little tips or how helpful it was to have everything spelled out simply and visually, aesthetically pleasing, I like that. That is a good sign in a couple, and I typically try to book people who pay attention and use this. You know, I put a lot of work into it. I'm always updating it, and it's a little helpful PDF that I use. So if you have any comments or questions about it in general, how I made it, or different ideas of how you can apply your business and make a info packet like this, please leave a comment below. But until then, thank you for watching. See ya.